Hey everybody, Shug here. How do you store your gear? You want to see how I store my gear? So when you first walk in here, you've got a little area where I keep all my gear and my hammocks and my array of alcohol stoves. I have a big collection of alcohol stoves here. From my experimenting days, stoves that people have sent me, stoves I tried, I don't use. I like the Fancy Feast stove like this the best. That's the Fancy Feast, whoops, which happens to have the old Mini Bull Mini Atomic sitting in it. But the Fancy Feast is my go-to stove. That's the one I use. So I don't do a lot of stove experimenting anymore because I got the stove I like. And things I might or might not use, and food items all go in here. This is my stove kit for the winter, my MSR Whisper Light, various stove equipments there. That is a winter pulk pulling only kit right there. That's a bunch of hammock suspensions right there. Now in this drawer right here, I've got hammocks in there. Here I've got tarps, bug nettings, got maps and books up here, food in here, a lot of my European candies I keep in here. Yeah, those are my coveted drawers right there. You can see there's a coffee crisp. My Medaglia d'Oro Instant Espresso. This is what I keep it right there. I've got packs. That's a canoe pack. That's my Kelty Coyote. Over here is current things I've been using for the winter, like my poop pack, and these are just, snow stakes, and these are all things that I've been using currently to backpack. I leave them out. Little nicks and knacks for the coming season, toilet paper stuff, baggies and whatnot. And here I keep baggies for packing food, and here I've got line and cord. Like down here I keep the Haven hammock, and I've got, let's see, extra felt liners for my mucklucks, my backpacking winter chair. Up under here I keep just little bits and bobs and things, more stuff that I use in mild weather. Extra pair of mucklucks that aren't made anymore I keep right there. Right here I've got camping pads, all that sort of stuff. But here I keep my packs. I've got my ULA circuit pack right here. Right back there I've got my ULA ohm folded up. Down here I've got my ULA catalyst. But I leave all my gear in there that is kind of gonna go for fall or spring or summer. That's just standing by in there. I keep some of the winter stuff down in here because I might use this pack. I just about always have a hammock set up for napping. Right there I've got my Superior Gear hammock. That's one of the newer ones there. 30-degree built-in underquilt. Got the little top cover zipped onto it right there. The cocoon. Over here I keep, this is current winter stuff. That's my Jacks Are Better 0-degree High Sierra Sniveler. Right there is another Superior Gear hammock. I keep a lot of down hanging up there, and I'll show you how I move that up and down. Right there's old Bean Bomb. Hello, Beanie Weenie. Over here is a lot of winter stuff that I'm using currently. Most of my clothes. Canoe paddle right there, waiting for the summer. Right over here, standing by, I have my two pulks. I have my bigger pulk and my smaller pulk. Those are just waiting, but I think we're getting past pulk season now. Keep my mucklucks ready to go right there. Snowshoes, my hiking poles with the snow baskets on it. Various bits and bobs up here. I've got tents, I've got spare closed cell foam pads up here I keep some Reflectix. I'm not really sure what that is right there. I think that's a tarp. Keep a lot of my winter clothes hanging right here. Winter hat, there's my wool pants, and my Steger mitts. And those are all things that I might be wanting to grab and access during the winter season. So that, in a nutshell, is kind of my gear area. Oh, forgot to show you. Down here, there's some various hammock accoutrements. I've got some more food right down there, bits and bobs, sewing stuff. Sewing machine down there to repair and fix things. Everybody's gear room is going to be a little bit different depending on whether you live in an apartment, your mom's basement, whether you have a house, whether you have a nut hut like me. Shug, how do you store your down equipment? How do you store your top quilts, your sleeping bag, your under quilts? So I hang mine. I leave them hung out. Now a lot of storage depends on what you have and where you live and how you can store your stuff. If you got an extra closet, hang your stuff in there. Hang it off a wall. Hang it up like I do here in my nut hut. Put it in a cotton bag or a Tupperware bin, lay it out flat under your bed. Don't let that down, or even your synthetic fabrics, just stay compressed. It'll just kill it, and it will never just achieve the loft and come back to life. Taking like a good cotton bag. Now this one's made by Hammock Gear, and it's called a quilt bag, and it's just a big old cotton sack. And I can take, like I'm taking, this is an old REI 0 degree sleeping bag I have, actually pretty expensive. And to just put your gear, your sleeping bags, in a nice loose cotton breathable sack like this. That's just kind of lightly cinched down, and that way your sleeping bag is just not compressed into a little ball. It has a little room to breathe. So that's a really good thing to do. But I hang mine up there, and here's how this works. I have this hooked up. It's just a closet rod or some sort of dowel I bought at Home Depot. And I just have some line, just some utility line that I got at the hardware store, and a couple of pulleys. And what I do is I just come over here, and I have a cleat in the wall here, and I have a small little carabiner. So when I want to let these down, and I just lay them on there loosely, I can lower them down, right? So take my quilts off from here, flop that right there, and then I just pull it right back up once I've done everything. So I grab my string, and I pull it, and I keep a carabiner right there so I can hook my hand on it, and I have right here is where the V comes together from where I have it all hooked up there with a little beaner, and I just hook that right on that cleat, and those are up there good to go. For me, it doesn't matter if it's my mandolin, it doesn't matter if it's a control line plane, it doesn't matter if it's a badminton racket, it doesn't matter if it's my backpacking equipment or a canoe paddle. The things I like to do, if I leave them out so that I can see them, that every time I see them, I'm going to go, I got to make time for that. Leave a pack hanging on the wall so that you can see it. It'll remind you to start kind of working your way toward a trip. And we all have to do that differently. That's my gear storage. Take care of your gear. Love it. Leave it out where you can see it, at least a piece of it. That'll get you going out there. Woo, buddy, all scared 67. Well, Clarice, have the lambs stopped screaming? Have they? You're going to stand all the way up. Come on, all the way. There you go. Look at that. Come on, all the way up. Good boy, good boy. You're walking. Head up, boy. Give us a smile. Give us a smile there. There's that puss. There it is.